as we are about to start this final, well, not necessarily final matchup, but this is the grand finals of SCS number 121. This will be on Fight Over Fernfield, and it will feature Predator Island on red and Elegant Elephants on blue. Fight Over Fernfield,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is a very icy map, as you can see in the picture right here. There's lots of ice on the water right there. Lots of ice,
Mm-hmm.
very icy map, and of course you have that. You have the Drive It Down Mid underpass, and the lanes on the side that you can use. I'll take red, you take blue. Ship number 1 is the Victor, piloted by Sunstrom. It is a Gat Mortar Metamidian with a Banshee and a Flare on the sides. Ship number 2 is the Sin Machine, piloted by Mighty Keb. It is a Mobula with double Gatling on the bottom, Mortar on the top, and Banshee and Flare on the wings. Take it away.
Ship number 3 is Fancy, piloted by Dementia. It's a Hades on top with Artemises on either sides with a Gatling on the... I can't see. Wow. Gatling on the left, well, the right side, and a flame... Well,
That's a
yeah,
flamethrower on the
right.
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, flames on the bottom, right. And ship number 4 is Team Rocket. It's a Junker piloted by Sputnik. It has 2 mine launchers, 2 Banshees, and a Gatling. Mine launchers
Ooh.
being on the bottom deck, Banshees on the
Ooh.
top, sides, and Gat on the front.
Very intriguing choice for the grand finals, going with that hybrid Munker.
Yep.
The Gatling
It
on
is their
front, though.
specialty after all.
That Gatling on the front, though. I don't
I
know.
would prefer seeing a Banshee up in front as well, or another mine launcher, but that's just me, I guess.
Especially against the Sin Machine, I might have considered going with something to pop balloons over there. Banshee probably being the preferred option.
I would actually not even bother popping balloons. I'd just straight go for the kill, fully aggressive.
Well, if you pop the balloon, though, it makes it easier to drop mines on them, because you know they're only going down. They
What
can't
about
go up.
Banshees then? You can just put unnecessary added fire stacks.
That too. You can put down the fire stacks. That's
this
what I was.
level of competitive, Banshee's not going to start that many fires. To be
True.
honest.
Yeah, but
True.
at least it forces them to put the chem spray on. It's not necessarily for the fire; it's for the threat of fire.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I
it's,
like
it's
how-
it's why I've also advocated that people are bring a flare gun into the mix, because it's not about the the actual fires themselves. It's about the threat of the fire and actually
Sophie.
having to pay attention to your chem sprays.
Yeah.
If you
Also,
take a chem,
I
if
want
you
to quick
chem
point out here, Predator Island is taking a very unique, not very unique, a very good approach here, by drawing the attention to the Sin Machine while the Victor can actually engage. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do here.
I would agree. I think that is what they're doing. In fact, the Victor is making their move right now on the Fancy. They are
Yeah.
they are basically booking it in there with Moonshine.
Yeah, but Team Rocket instantly turned their attention towards Victor.
That they did.
Yeah.
However, they do get a favorable 1v1 getting in close. Oh, they just lost their favorable approach.
Yeah.
That is a
Sin Machine's
lot of
unable
DACA.
Yeah.
Sin Machine moving in very quickly, though. Oh,
Oh,
good
that's
mine right
good
there.
mine, too.
Good mine by Team Rocket. Looks like the Sin Machine moving in on Team Rocket. Yes, they are.
And they're going for Fancy. They aren't even backing up on Team Rocket. I
No,
guess
they are
their
not. I would
goal's the
agree.
Mobula.
I agree with this call, though, because Team
Yeah,
Rocket does
I
have the
agree too.
Mobulas. Except they're
I
too
agree
far
too.
out to do anything about it. So Fancy keeping good distance from the Sin Machine. I think the Sin Machine made the right call. It was just good piloting by the Fancy, preventing the Sin
Yeah.
Machine from doing anything.
Team Rocket just had a quick Hydro with their Banshees are out, and I'm assuming mines will be shortly as well.
They should be. It is 1-0 in favor of Blue. Blue picking up first kill. However, the Fancy has been hull broken. Sin Machine might be getting some work in here. However, the Banshees are coming out. Sin Machine hurting.
Yep.
Oh, they're trying to get between mines. They've successfully gone between the mines. They're looking to go for a YOLO rush on the Fancy. This may not be something they're going to be able to pull off, though. They're firing all their guns. They've decided at this point they have to.
Yeah.
And they go down 2-0 in favor of Elegant Elephants, who have definitely learned something from their first engagement.
Yep. Victor backing off further into their side here. Fancy's taking half perma.
If nothing else, they have definitely improved on their first matchup, where
Yep.
they were defeated 5-1 by Predator Island. Definitely picking up some tips on how to deal with them, and it looks like the how to deal with them, at least their approach right now, is to try to use one of their aggressiveness against themselves. Try to draw one of them in on the flank, and I think actually in fairness to Predator Island, I think Sin Machine was a little bit late getting into that engagement.
I agree. Yeah. Late, if not, they were unable to focus quick. They were not able to focus quickly on a target.
Yeah, if their whole game plan was to focus the Fancy, I think
Yeah.
their approach was their engagement was too late.
I'm
to
thinking
start
either
out.
ways. I was thinking either ways the victor was going to go down. The question is how many can they take as they go down.
Yeah, and if the Sin Machine was able to pick up a kill, it would have been a very, very interesting 1v1 in Blue Spawn for a bit between them and Team Rocket, especially with mines in play. That would have been a very interesting engagement. I wouldn't mind actually seeing that if that were to happen later in this match. That would be a very intriguing sidebar to have happen.
Absolutely.
If for no other reason than content and entertainment.
Yeah.
As Team Rocket has decided to move up, and the Fancy has decided to hang back and put some shots in on the Sin Machine, and those Hades are raining true. Of course, as I say those Hades are raining true, then they start missing the Hades. So you gotta keep our percentages up.
Yep.
Gotta keep them up.
Keep him conservative, man.
A pause has been requested, but not granted at this point, because engagement is going on.
Goras has seemingly disconnected here.
Oh, that he has. But there is active spots, so unless they have the gentlemanly pause, they can't grant it just yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are allowing it. Okay, so yeah, so the other team is going for gentlemanly pause, and now it should be an official pause any second. There is one spot out, now it's unspotted, so now the official pause should be granted.
Yeah.
Now, there it is. So there is the official pause. They have 2 minutes.
Sin Machine is effectively taking themselves out.
So, yeah, unfortunately, Gurus did disconnect here. So hopefully he's able to come back in shortly. And in fact, yeah, he's coming back in right now. So let's take a quick peek. Let's make sure everybody's in good shape here. There you go. There's your loadouts once again. Yeah, looks like I've got that minor drift, but you can't avoid the drift during a pause. It's just unavoidable. You just have to kind of nudge it right back in the right direction is all.
I believe what the referee looks out for is just making sure you're actively following to your best ability the pause called.
Exactly, and drift is
okay. As long
okay.
as you do that, as long as you're in that move, and there's a little bit of movement allowed, but as long as you're in that, you're good.
Yeah, and what the Fancy is doing right now, he's just firing those Hades up there. It's harmless stuff. It's just, fireworks and whatnot. No big deal.
They are?
Yeah, they were firing up. Now they're firing at their own ally. Because they're bored, I guess.
Typical.
Of course, if they miss their ally and accidentally hit one of the enemies, that's not kosher.
Yeah, that is definitely not kosher. And this is also kind of pushing it. But
so yeah,
it's fine.
Gorsaurus is jumping back in. So let's take a quick peek over there. There you go. Interesting, though. Let's see. Okay, so they've got... looks like they've got the buff kit. If I'm looking at this correctly, they've got a buff kit on the balloon side. Yes, I do. They have a buff kit on the balloon side. Okay. Of course, they've got 3 engineers on there, and why wouldn't they with the way that they run their Mobula? As the Victor appears to be moving to the side now, let's actually take a look at the map. They're actually heading back to... Oh, wait a minute. Blue is pushing up. Blue has decided they're not going to wait around. They are going to press and try to press the flank of Red here.
And Blue also has first skill advantage, if I'm not wrong.
That is correct. I mean, the score of 2-0 would indicate that they do have first blood.
Yeah.
As they are definitely feeling it right now. Blue side, that's Elegant Elephants. They're definitely feeling frisky. They're feeling a little froggy. They might feel like jumping. Of course, against Predator Island, be careful jumping. They had a good engagement on the first one though. Fancy only losing 50% perma. Other than that, it's about as good as you can expect in a
Yep.
grand finals engagement,
Mm-hmm.
especially on an opening engagement.
Yep. So we see the red team here, Predator Island, circling around the map. While we try and get a jump on them again. It seems like Team Rocket has gotten a slight sight on either Victor or Sin Machine here. Given the fact that they just turned around so quickly.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
I don't think they do because the Fancy's not really turning either. So I'm thinking they don't.
Mm.
I'm thinking they don't just yet.
Tin
let's
Machine's
see.
grabbing some altitude here, so he might be visible very soon.
No, there should be cloud cover and hard cover
Oh,
in
hard
play
cover,
here.
right.
Yeah, hard cover in
Well,
play,
bad
cloud
perspective,
cover
I
in play.
guess.
No, it's fine, and it's good to learn these things as well when you're piloting. And
Yeah.
Bugs, I know you know, and you know the angles and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, sometimes these are things to learn when you're trying to come up in SCS. Know how to use cloud cover. You learn how to use hard cover. Learn how to use it when you're making your preparations for engagement, not just when you're in active engagement, but how to use it to your advantage when you're trying to
How
set
to move
up an
around the
engagement.
map. Yeah.
That's
Because
very important,
positioning in this game is very crucial. Positioning and timing.
especially in a 2v2. It's the
Yeah.
fewer ships that you have, the more critical your positioning.
Mm-hmm.
As it looks
That's
like,
why 4v4s are so much fun.
yeah, I mean, it's just straight kill
It
fest
doesn't
on
matter.
4v4.
You just go straight for it, and the other three will be like, "Oh well, he's in there. Might as well go in too."
Pretty much, it's that lemming effect. But
Yeah.
in 2v2s, no, you can't do that. I mean, you can if everybody does it, but it's not very effective. You're much more effective. Wait a minute. Hold that
Yeah.
thought, as we could have a spot here on the Victor. In fact, we do have a spot on the Victor. Team
Sin
Rocket and
Machine's
Fancy
way
have
out,
found him.
too.
Oh no, actually, this is not necessarily a bad thing. I like this right now by the Victor. Back it up. That's right. That's exactly what he should do here. Victor backing up. Sin Machine is completely unspotted, and I like this because what Victor could do is time that engagement right. If he can do that and distract the enemy, Sin Machine could get a good flank on the Fancy. I like this.
This is good. I mean, it's risky, but it's definitely good.
Well, it's risky. We saw how that worked the first time. It was just that last time Sin Machine was late getting in there. If they time it properly, Fancy should melt in a hurry.
Also, just to let everyone else know, there's 10 minutes left on the clock.
That there is.
They have to do
Oh, Sin Machine's flank got busted.
Yep. Got spotted too early.
That may not be the. I mean, they
May
got
not be
close
the
enough.
worst thing, but it'll just make their idea inconvenient or their plan.
Yeah.
It's just an inconvenience, I guess.
It's a significant inconvenience, but an
Yeah.
inconvenience nonetheless.
In other words, they will take a decent amount of damage trying to pull this off now because they've been spotted and they
That
know
push
where
looks
they are.
like it's going to happen as they're moving in on the team. Yes, it is going to happen right now. Sin Machine moving up. Victor is going to distract as Sin Machine moves on the Fancy. Team Rocket, let's see what they do here. Are they going to back up here for the Sin Machine? Yes, they are. They are going to back up for the Sin Machine. Sin Machine making a beeline for the Fancy. Fancy turning on the Sin Machine. Team Rocket trying to get those mines in arc.
Yeah. Victor needs to do something right now, and they need to move in as fast as they possibly
No,
can.
no, no.
That was a...
That's a good
No?
juke right there. They can move up, but they don't need to necessarily move in too hastily. They need to
Well-
make the right approach. Oh, good mine right there by the Team Rocket. That's why I was saying they need to make a good approach. Team Rocket does have the mines. If they go for the Team Rocket, that could happen. Sin Machine. Oh my goodness! Oh, and that's why I was saying they need to make a good approach, because if they go for the wrong one, they're going to be removed from the engagement.
I
My
fully
thought was not
agree.
finished,
I
and they
fully
went for the
agree
Team
in the fact-
Rocket.
I fully agree in the fact that they need to make a good approach, but they lost their window of opportunity there. They needed to do that, then otherwise they would have been, well, in this position right now.
Yeah, and they are in this position because, again, late and bad engagement.
Yep.
4-0 blue. Again, to finish my thought of what I was saying earlier, I wasn't saying that they shouldn't make that engagement with haste. What my point was that they needed to watch the minds of the Team Rocket if they're going to make their engagement, and they really should. And they really should take advantage of Kev pushing up and making that aggressive push.
Yeah,
the
I
problem
felt
was
like
the problem
at that
was
point-
they went for the Team Rocket right there, and those mines really coming into play. A great job by Team Rocket's gunner, Miki. We'll just call him Miki. he's doing a great job right now on that mine launcher, absolutely delaying or shutting down the split push as the Fancy has been spotted. Looks like we're going to have a quick push, and this could be bad for the Fancy. Team Rocket not in a great position to assist. They are in Lesmok range, however, oh, that's a good mine right there, delaying the Sin Machine. Victor, however, is going to get a clean approach on the Fancy. Sin Machine, however, hull broken.
I still feel that Team Rocket must be their first priority over Fancy. Because they seem to be the biggest threat here. Fancy can be just a late
oh, a beautiful mine to finish it up. Yeah. Oh my goodness, a clean 5-0 win. I would dare say minor upset. Not a major upset, but a minor upset. Considering that Skyborn is a 3-time defending champ, a minor upset right there.
As I said in the beginning of this game, if you give mines to SCS or Clan, they will show you a good time. They're very good at it.
And a good time was had by all. Except for Predator Island.
Well, they did learn a lot from this, I'm sure.